All right, and we are live on Instagram.
Yay!
Good morning, everybody. My name is Amberly. I'm with Career Services, and I'm so excited to be here this morning with Lisa Marie from FLIK Hospitality Group. Lisa, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, FLIK, and then also your role with the organization?
Absolutely. So, hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Marie, and I am FLIK Hospitality's campus recruiter. So, a little bit about me. I joined FLIK about 3 to 4 months ago, so I'm still pretty fresh into the organization. I have a past in campus recruitment. I've worked for a tech company. I've worked in higher education, but FLIK is a really wonderful organization. For those who don't know, FLIK is under Compass Group. If you don't know what Compass Group is, that's okay. I'm here to explain. So, Compass Group is one of the largest food service organizations in the world. We service over 40 countries, and we're under their umbrella. So, they're our parent company. And FLIK Hospitality Group is really a food and beverage organization. We focus a lot in food, culinary, hospitality. We're also, kind of a boutique food service organization. We work in many different avenues. So, we are in airport lounges. We are in sports. So we feed half the NFL, which is really exciting. Some of your favorite teams, NBA, MLB. We're in, Fortune 500 companies. We're in senior living schools. So there's really a wide variety of kind of industries that FLIK is in. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about FLIK, we do have kind of an information session, classroom visit later that Amberly will probably touch on. But that's just a little bit about me and a little bit about FLIK.
Thank you so much. And it's really interesting to hear the different places that you're in, some of the things that we might, not even realize, like
Right.
the NFL, the airport lounges, some of the hospitality places in New York City, I'm sure that students might go to and have no idea what's actually happening behind the scenes when it comes to the food and beverage. So thank you so much for going through that. And when it comes to early talent and campus recruiting, can you talk a little bit about the opportunities that might be available for students?
Absolutely. So I understand St. John's, y'all students are probably more concentrated on hospitality than culinary. Totally great, totally fine. So we do have a lot of opportunities. Typically, our early career route is either kind of culinary or hospitality. If we have students that are interested in kind of marketing, finance, HR, we have a little bit of those opportunities kind of at the corporate level. But typically, our hospitality positions are more operational. So you'll be in a unit, you'll be working, alongside full-time staff. So typically we have internships. So those internships are 10 to 12 weeks where we place you in a unit. You kind of get kind of rotational within that unit, kind of learning different skills, front of house, back of house. We also have manager and training roles for seniors that are graduating. That is a 12 to 18-month program. It's a full-time salaried position. And what's really great is within that position, you're also enrolled in a management program where you kind of learn how to be a people leader. You learn how to communicate, how to have emotional intelligence, all of those great things. And after that program is over, we kind of shoot you right into a managerial role, which is great. There's a lot of career reach with FLIK. We like to say we hire to retire you. So there's been so many people in this organization that have been here for 10, 15, 20 years. So a really great organization to grow in, and those are a little bit of our kind of early talent programs.
That's wonderful. I have actually never heard hire to retire, and I love that phrase.
That's
That's really
awesome.
great. Yeah, that's going to stick with me. Thank you for going through that. And you mentioned a little bit about the majors that you're hiring for hospitality management, of course, being the bread and butter, and then of course some of the different corporate roles, potentially some marketing, finance. Across the board, what are some of the qualities that you're looking for in candidates when you're recruiting at the different universities that you go to?
Absolutely. So we love to have students who do have a hospitality background, maybe, working within a hotel, working within, different types of food and beverage units, but it's absolutely not required. We understand you're still in school, you're still figuring out what you'd like to do. Really at FLIK, we really focus on teamwork and collaboration. If the ship is sinking, we're all going down, right? So we want to make sure that whoever, we hire is an intern or as a manager in training is willing to, work as a team, willing to fill into the roles that maybe, if there's someone missing on your unit, you kind of step into those roles and you help out. Again, teamwork and collaboration is really the number one thing that we focus on at FLIK. We're very people focused. So again, we look for, hard workers, those who are willing to be a part of a team and are just really eager to learn and to grow with us.
That's great. Yeah, one thing that we emphasize is teamwork. And, whether you're getting that in your internship now, maybe you're involved in a club or an organization, even working in a classroom project with a group,
Sure.
being able to have those transferable skills in your interview come through, because teamwork is something that we're hearing from recruiters across the board. So thank you for emphasizing that. It's something we tell students too, but hearing it directly from employers, sometimes it just sticks a little bit more.
That's awesome.
And then one thing, I guess, we're going to talk about the webinar so that students who might want more information will be able to get that at 12:30. But before I do, can you talk a little bit about the application timeline, both for the internship and the manager in training positions?
Absolutely. So right now we're currently at the kind of start of our campus season. So I will say be patient with us. So, at my webinar, I'll explain it a little bit later. And for those who aren't able to make it, I'm sure Amberly, you can give out my email and more information. So I'd suggest, once you apply, we look at your resume, you'll have your first round interview with either me or another recruiter. That's really if we find a fit. We kind of go over specific units that you might be interested in. We have over 20 states that we're currently, kind of hiring in. We have a lot of different types of locations. As I said earlier, FLIK is in sports. We're in conference centers, hotel spaces. We're in a lot of different spaces. So we really want to, talk to the student, understand where they're interested in learning, what location they're interested in being at. And I would say that turnaround time would probably be around, 1 to 2 months, again, probably the end of October. We're kind of just starting again, and we want to make sure that every single person from every university kind of has that equal shot. So we're kind of recruiting, we're taking resumes, we're doing those first round interviews. And then, if there's a good fit, we'll forward you to the hiring manager by that end of October timeframe.
Great. So for those who are still interested, they did not miss the application deadline. There's still time. You're still right at the start. And they can find that application on the website. Is that correct?
Yes. So it'll be on my website. And it's also, we have them in Handshake as well. Handshake will just kind of guide you to our external site so that you can apply through there.
Great. And what I also just did in the comment section is I added the link to the virtual webinar, which is going to be today at 12:30. So for those who may have just joined, maybe you missed the beginning, or you want to hear some more in depth about the internship program, the manager in training program, and hear from Elisa Marie to go through more about what a day in the life might look like, working there full-time, interning, and then some of the tips and tricks on how to apply. Please join us. That's going to be at 12:30. It is virtual, so whether you are home today, you're on campus, or you're able to just join for 20 minutes at the start, the link is here, and you can join in through Handshake. So before we wrap up, Lisa Marie, I just want to say thank you again for taking the time to go live with us on Instagram, have the students join in, and then later we'll hear from you again. But before we wrap up, is there anything that maybe I missed or last minute tips that you want to share with the students?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say, if you're interested, come to the webinar. If you're not able to, connect with me on LinkedIn, send me an email. I'm trying to be as readily available as possible. We can schedule coffee chats. I have my own kind of link where if you want to schedule a coffee chat, or if you want to go over the application, maybe a resume review, I'm here to support y'all. So again, if you're interested, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Add me on LinkedIn. I'm kind of always kind of updating where I'm going to be. But yeah, I hope you are, excited to learn more about FLIK. We have a lot of really great opportunities. I will say, I've never been at an organization that's really more people focused, which is really wonderful. Great perks, great benefits, really a great organization to work for. So if you're interested, join the webinar. If not, feel free to just connect with me.
Thank you so much. And I just dropped the link to your LinkedIn in the chat section as well, so students can easily be able to click that and connect with you. And thank you for being so generous and helping the students and supporting them in their search. I'm looking forward to hearing from you again at 12:30. And thank you again so much for doing this.
Sounds great. See y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.